Yes, people, welcome to the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel. My name is Harry Durham. Let's do 20 questions around the clock with this man. What was your job before becoming a darts player?
Well, I used to work in Moy Park chicken factories where I was pretty much helping, obviously, the chicks come alive, obviously. They turn into their egg and they'll go into the big heaters and become chicks. So that's what I was doing before professional dart player.
How many chicks and chickens were there in total? Was it one of those ones where it was just like
You're probably
10,000?
more. Probably over 120,000 a day. Yeah. But it's not nice when a big rotten egg that obviously just bursts in your face with all these suits on. You're like, oh, the smell was horrendous.
So you just go home and stinking of rotten eggs?
Yeah, it put me off eggs for a very long time.
You're not eating them anymore?
No, I eat them now, but by then, must be at least 2 years before I started eating eggs again. It was bad.
Can you remember your first set of tungsten darts? What were they?
Unicorn Gary Anderson's was my first one. Whatnot. So obviously, there's different variations, but there was like no grip on them. But it just had his signature on it, so they obviously had said it was Gary Anderson. So they were just 90% tungsten. That's all I know. There's no grip on them at all, but it said Gary Anderson on them. Going
to obviously you with Mission, now you with Target. Was there any elements of that dart that you tried to put in your Josh Rogers Gen 1s?
No, it's just no. Sure, my first darts were obviously based off the Phil Taylor phase 1s and 2s. So because it was after, and obviously you get older, you practice with a lot of different sets, and that's what felt more comfortable for me. So I based it off them at that time for my first manufacture at the time.
Have you got a favourite movie? I know that's quite hard to say, to narrow it down to one.
I've got two.
But if you've got two or three, let's hear them.
National Treasure 1 and 2, Nicolas Cage. I think they're brilliant. Cause
I didn't expect you to say that.
Really not? No.
One of my favourites.
Benjamin
Franklin Gates.
Oh, the film, just obviously the way he goes through it all, I think it's amazing.
Listen to message to Nicolas Cage right now. We want number 3. Get your act together. Invite us both to the premiere, please. Right.
I'll happily be there.
Where were you when you found out you were in the 2026 Premier League of Darts? I know I've asked you so many questions about it. Every single journalist asked you questions about it. I messaged you saying, well, at least we don't have to ask you the question anymore. Was it like when...
That's a good thing.
Yeah, was it like when I know we've never had it because we're not international footballers, but are you waiting by the phone or are you watching it on telly? That's where you find out.
No, so I got the phone call. Obviously, I'm going to say about 3:10. They were meant to announce at 3:30, and then obviously Celtic and Manchester United sacked their manager, so it kind of took the whole thing away. So I only found out, I was sitting in my living room and I got the phone call from Robbie, my manager. But I couldn't sleep the night before because I knew I hadn't heard nothing, and it was all hush hush. No one really knew what was going on. And then obviously got the phone call, and it was the relief, because if I'm being honest, I think if I didn't get the Prem this year, I might not have been up for it the same, if that makes sense, because I knew I worked hard to get into the Prem, and I think I've been probably heartbroken if I didn't get it, in my opinion. I know I kept saying I wasn't in it, but I was just trying to tell myself not in it, and then obviously perhaps I was in it. So
when Rab called you, or when you hung up the phone,
I can't swear what I said.
just in beep 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 beep,
and my hands and everything started shaking for excitement. Just my whole body just started shaking. I was like, a dream come true. When I was there, when I was 11, watching the Premier League in Belfast, I always said I wanted to play there, and then get the phone call, you play in the Premier League. It was just something else.
Shed a little tear?
No, surprisingly not. For me being as soft-hearted as I am, I actually didn't shed a tear. I think it was just more buzzing more than anything else.
Who's your favourite darts player growing up?
Gary Anderson. Nobody knows that. No one's ever going to take a spot. Much as I love Phil Taylor, obviously, what he's done for the sport too, but my idol was Gary Anderson.
What's your relationship like with Gary? Because he seems like such a sweetheart.
Oh, brilliant. That's weird. Colin was one of my close friends behind the scenes. He loves me to bits. He always looks to say hello to me, and he never stops. He never walks past me without saying hello or give me a wee stamp the cheek.
Go-to takeaway. I think I know what Chinese. You're going to say. It is Chinese, isn't it? Because I've got a little story here. Lucy McDonald obviously works at Target. Fantastic. I watched her as Callum as well. When you were at the match play and I saw you in the Village Hotel, I was up in Blackpool, me and my brother. Me and Lucy were just texting, because obviously Scotty went up and saw you as well. And every night that me and Lucy were texting, we saying, got to take Josh for a Chinese.
Didn't go
Did you
every
have a
night.
Chinese every single
No,
night?
not every single night. Probably for the week and a half I was there, probably had it 3 times.
What's the joint like in Blackpool? Is it good enough Chinese?
There's a really good one actually, pretty much about 100 yards from the Winter Gardens.
Yeah.
Ocean Palace, I think it's called. Beautiful. We go there all the time. It's usually a routine every year. The first night we're there, we always go to the Chinese before the tournament starts. Well, before the day we play, we always go there the night before.
Are you gonna buy shares in Justin Hood's restaurant or not?
No, he may give me shares off that World Championship.
Is it true?
No.
It is. Is it true that you have a new set of darts for every game?
Yes.
Why?
Grip. Well, you look at Michael throughout the years, through that one set of darts, same as Michael Smith, and then they switched darts and they just couldn't get used to it. It was actually Rob Cross got that in my head, because
I know Crossy does it as well, yeah.
for instance, you break a point, well, obviously a Swiss point is a lot different now, but someone steals a dart or one's fell out your case, you don't know where it is, I can just have a brand new set out of the box and use them straight away. So I'm not dedicated to that one set of darts. If the barrel snapped in half, I used them for 10 years and it break my heart. Oh, what am I going to do with a new brand new set of darts? I just left in it a brand new set and throw them.
Would you do with the old ones?
Sell them. Match used, yeah.
Sell them as well?
Although they're always the same, because Robbie has these wee boxes made for match use stuff and we sell them on.
I know it would never happen, but if, you didn't have a new set.
Okay, I would just left an old set, wouldn't bother me. I've done it before. If I've 4 days, say 4 days pro tours, I'd only bought 3 sets and just use another set for that day. Doesn't make a difference. Doesn't bother me at all.
So many like superstitions and stuff. I
No.
was like, Josh can't come on stage because he ain't got a new set or something.
I have no superstitions at all in darts.
Mad.
Not one.
Not a
People
single
say,
one.
not a single one. People say, oh, I need to eat Nando's before this, or I need to eat a steak dinner, and just get on with it.
Matchplay semi-final, Luke Littler. The 9-dart, I spoke to Luke literally days after that. What was going through your head? Because obviously Luke secured it, but at the same time, you were on it as well, and you averaged 180
And lost a leg.
and lost the leg. Just take me through the emotions of what you were feeling at the Winter Gardens at that point.
I was happy it was him, was the first person to ever hit a 9-dart against me. So obviously I never had one against me in any game before, and it was him. I even said that to him backstage. I was actually quite glad it was you that hit the first one against me, and just said well done. But I just had to obviously switch on and obviously try my best to continue in the game, and I did. But it was a fantastic game between me and that one. He just shows why he's the best player in the world.
I think 2025. We can say that Littler's clutch, yeah, but if you think about the amount of clutch outs and setup shots that you had in 2025, if it was the setup for Daryl at the World Cup, was it the 164 against Gezi in the quarterfinal of the match play as well? But your clutch finishing in 2025 was just sublime.
I just think 2025 as a whole was just brilliant for myself. For everything, just saying clutch finishing and just all year round, I come to every major tournament.
You support 2 football clubs, Rangers, Manchester United. Who's your favourite ever Rangers player and your favourite ever Man United player?
Ali McCoy would definitely be favourite Rangers player. I don't know if that comes to terms for Man United. There's a couple, but the one that stands out the most is Wayne Rooney. 40 duckies. I think he's well underrated in that club for what he done with Man United. I don't think he's appreciated as much as he is.
You met Coisty yet?
No.
Do you know what the really annoying thing is? I'm going to say this to you on camera, and I don't want to upset you. He's such a tough man to get hold of. He works talkSPORT. I texted him and said, can you do a message for Josh Rock and ask this question? And he didn't reply to me.
Busy man.
He's a beautiful human being.
He's brilliant. I just see that time when Rangers were in the Europa League final and Joe Aribo scored, and you just see Ali McCoy, the way he was getting on the box. He just bleeds Rangers. He was there most of his career,
Yeah.
So that just shows you. But my other favourite is Chris Boyd as well.
We'll get back to the action in just a sec, but I wanted to give a big shout out to the legends at Savannah Pool and Snooker up in Whitefield, Manchester, who let us shoot at their venue. If you're in the area and need a spot to play snooker, pool or darts, this gaff is top notch. We will, I repeat, we will be back.
Was too much pressure put on you, do you think? Because I listened to Hugh Ware's podcast, Tops and Tails. He's a good mate of mine, does absolutely fantastic work. And you were on there a couple of weeks ago, and you said you were almost like the Luke Littler before Luke Littler. Did you feel like too much pressure was put on you?
I didn't feel it, but it could have been subconsciously. I don't know. I got to, I'm going to say, I think 5 Pro Tour finals in the second year after my first year, and obviously didn't win any of them. But I still had an okay year. But when it came to the TV, it was very, very poor, and the year after that was very, very poor again. So I don't think so. But I also had a lot going on behind the scenes after that, because I was obviously fell out my old manager at that point, only 9 months into my professional career, and all that went on for about a year and a half. So I could probably put it down to that. So I don't honestly know if the media. I don't think so. It didn't feel like much pressure to me, but I had just a lot of problems behind the scenes.
Your dream festival lineup: 3 headliners for the Josh Rock Festival. Who are we going to see? Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night?
I don't know. Never thought anything like that before.
You a big music head or not?
Luke Combs. I love Luke Combs. Yeah. I'm actually seeing him in August in Wembley. So if you're going to do that, so say Luke Combs, Bass Hunter. Watched him grow up when I was a kid. Big time favourite DJ. But I don't know who the last one would be. Who are the 2 I listen to the most?
Now you're gone.
Yeah.
Bass Hunter, that's mental.
It's 2 different opposites. You go from Bass Hunter and you go to Luke Combs.
Yeah.
That's because my wife, since being with her, love country music.
Yeah, fair play. One more. Who's closing it? So obviously you got Luke Combs, Bass Hunter, anything legendary that you can think of, dead or alive. Oasis?
My dad would never show up. He hates Oasis. I don't mind Oasis. He hates it. Huh?
We're in Manchester.
I'm not from Manchester. Go Bon Jovi.
That's a great shout. Yeah. The mums would love that one.
Yep. The mums would love that one. Jesus Christ.
The match with Justin Hood. The worlds, mate. I mean, I was sat on my sofa watching it in South London, and I'm trying to think of the words to break it down. Justin was just playing out of his
He had the
skin.
game of his life. That was just, there was nothing I could do. The only way I was beating him was 9 darters. Literally, because when he broke, he was kicking off 180, 140, and you're like, everybody said in my face, there was nothing I could do. All I'd done was smile and laugh, because his finishing was just mesmerising. It was unbelievable.
It's mental when that happens, though, isn't it? When someone's literally playing you off the board and there's nothing you can do about it, and you just come away from it and going, "Oh, actually, that's my world championships done." Like, did you come off of that feeling angry, upset, or just a bit sort of like that's mental?
That's where I went. Well, I can't swear. It was like, what you meant to do with that? He was like, "Wow." That's all. I just said, "Wow." It was just fair play to him. He just went up there confident every double. But as I said, obviously before we started his interview and stuff, I wish that 143 went, because I was going to throw my darts just like that and give a big hug. I was like, there's not a big lot you can do there with 12 out of 12 doubles. That would have been at that point.
What's he like? Because
funny. You can tell the size of him. It's funny.
Well, yeah, we've seen him at a couple of Euro tours, but we've not really seen him on the major stage. And obviously, you follow him as one of the names on the Pro Tour as well. But you don't really get a sense of the personality of Justin Hood. But then
he can't show it because he's not on, obviously, the big TV.
Exactly, and that's the beauty of the Worlds, is someone like him who comes from Glastonbury, lives in Western. So obviously everyone out west, I'm not West Country where I grew up, but when you go further out west, they're all a bit bonkers, they're all a bit weird. When as soon as you start getting down to like Cornwall or Somerset, the tongue movement was insane.
It's the tongue movement, then going and flicking his nipples and everything. I was like, oh, he just made me laugh, because he's just so lovable. There's not a bad bone in his body whatsoever.
Who's the hardest darts player on the circuit?
Willie O'Connor.
Willie O'Connor.
If I needed someone to back me up in a fight, Willie O'Connor straight away.
Why Willie?
He used to do kickboxing years ago and stuff.
He's really?
He's just he just knows how to fight.
What about Daryl?
Daryl will be handy enough too, but I'm not going to say who I fancy chances between the 2 of them. But first, I can't always pick my cup partner, but I'll pick Willie.
Listen, Misfits Boxing. I mean, I don't follow it. I don't agree with it. But if we can make it happen, I remember I interviewed.
I think Willie would last a bit longer than Daryl.
When I interviewed Shaggy, and I asked him about Daryl, and he was like, "Nah, he's a wet wipe, Daryl Gurney." Obviously,
he's a wet wipe, Scott Williams.
Yeah, Scott. He's only got height and a bit of mass behind him, but he said Boris Kritchmar. I know, obviously, Boris didn't have a talk hard, but I said the same about MVG's hands. Mate, they're like shovels. But you're going Willie. You're not going anyone sort of like.
Nope, no one else. Willie take on Boris Kritchmar.
Flatten him.
Shouldn't say that.
Do you think you'll win every single major in darts by the end of your career?
Nope.
No.
I'll never win the Grand Prix. I won everything bar the Grand Prix.
Just double in.
I hate that tournament. I'm okay now at finishing doubles, but when it comes to starting a double and finishing, it's not a good combination.
When you can't get in, obviously we see a lot of players. I think it was Luke and Luke in the final, and there was a moment when Littler almost did an entire leg.
Yep.
And Humphrey just couldn't get in, and that was, yeah.
And he pins it.
And then, you know, it's world number 1 and world number 2. They're human at the same time as well.
Oh, exactly. But it's just a different game to get your head wrapped around it. It's definitely. But it was weird that this year, the match play and the World Grand Prix are the exact same draws as the last year. That was weird. At least he came out the better in the two of them this time than they did last year.
Josh, you're an ambassador for the Sensory Kids charity in Northern Ireland. Why is this cause so important to you?
They do a lot of stuff with kids with autism. Obviously, my son's autism, so I love to be involved with them, especially because they reached out to me. I'm going to say after I played Nathan Aspinall in the Worlds my first year, and I've been ambassador for them since. But the work they do behind the scenes is fantastic for kids, and obviously it helps my son too. He's 7 now, so he's been diagnosed obviously with ASD. But they class him as non-verbal, but he's starting to speak. Right, so the good thing is looking like he'll not be completely non-verbal, which some kids are who are autistic are non-verbal. So he is picking up a lot of school, and he's in his own wee unit now in a new school we put him into. So and he seems to be leaps and bounds all the time now.
Do you find it hard being away from home as well?
Well, for the 2 kids, yeah, but that's what we do. Obviously, what I try to do is going to benefit their future.
What's your favourite venue?
I'm going to probably say Winter Gardens. It's just how iconic. I used to say it was the Grand Slam, but it was only because I hit the 9 darter there. But if you're going proper and actually think about it, the match play is amazing. Right. A lot of people say Winter Gardens.
I mean, people don't roast me for saying this. Match play's mine because I think, you know, the history of that building as well.
Yeah, that's beautiful. It's massive.
And I'm not slagging off people that obviously attend the World Championships, but you get, in my opinion, more real darts fans at the match play. Even out the Premier League and stuff. Yeah.
Darts fans is match play. That's if you're going to say best dart fans, match play is dart fans.
Because you think about obviously the whistling at Ali Pali as well.
Yeah, but there's people just on Christmas night outs and stuff. There is obviously, it's 2,500 people there. You'd probably say the 2,000 people there, probably 500 of them probably dart fans. The rest of them just there, have a drink, have a laugh. So.
Do you enjoy Ali Pali?
I enjoy everywhere we go because the PDC gives us the opportunity to go to all these places, like the World Series and stuff. It's brilliant what they give to us to let us see the world.
Which darts player has tried to get inside of your head? Who's tried to rattle Rocky?
Scott Williams. He hasn't rattled me yet.
Even though he's your best mate. I know there's no friends.
Because he hasn't beat me yet. I think it's like 10 out of 10 or something like that. And Munich, European Tour. He had just won and he was playing me. He says, I'm going to enjoy my day tomorrow after I beat Josh 6-1. Not a problem. I was like, oh, right, okay. I like to see that when it happens. And I beat him 6-1.
That's what you get, Shaggy, mate. That's what you get. Devin Peterson? Off the World Cup?
That wasn't so much my head. I think that was...
his own
I still haven't spoken to him about it, but he was saying that it was on the stage. That we said about the water wasn't behind the stage because I know exactly where Daryl's darts were and my darts were. Daryl left his and 2 of his darts were moved off his case, and I'm not saying if they purposely moved them, but there was a big massive puddle of water on top of his case. So I don't know what was going on there, and there's no water in there and no drinks because I know where Daryl's drinks left when where waters are left behind stage. So I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, another plug for the World Cup of Darts is going to be coming back in the summer.
Exactly.
And hopefully Northern Ireland get to play South Africa again. Oh! Republic of Ireland versus Croatia, Boris Kritschmar versus Willie O'Connor. Oh, mate, it's one of my favourite tournaments of the whole year. It's going to be fun. It's going to be so fun. Who's on your table at Pro Tours and tournaments as well?
Pro Tours, obviously, mainly it's me and whoever's with me, and there's our manager, Robbie, our driver, Jim, Scott, and Rob. That's mainly our table. There's not really anybody else. You always stay in your wee groups, I think. So, and if Rob wasn't there and Scott weren't there at the same time, then I would go and sit with Daryl at Daryl's table.
Who's Daryl sitting with?
Ricky Evans, Nathan Rafferty, Willie Borland, That's all I remember at the minute from their table.
Does Little sit with anyone, or is he just like earphones in and just chilling?
He's usually one of the last ones in. He doesn't need to warm up. He can walk up the board and just hit 1-8 and win easy. But he walk in last, and I think he just, whatever table's free. If there's a table free, go there. If not, he go and sit with Aspinall and Dobie and stuff.
Trying to think about who I'm going to sit next to when I obviously pick up my tour card.
You want to walk on our table?
If you let me.
Of course you would.
Oh, thanks.
Plenty of seats.
Hey, come on now. Third plug, by the way. Third plug. World Cup of Darts. I loved it so much. Obviously, you and Daryl winning was fantastic. You guys were phenomenal all the way through and beating Wales as well. I mean, Gezi getting fired up, and then the sportsmanship and you all sort of like celebrating with each other. The clutch shot that I've already mentioned, it was insane. Would you like to see more pairs events? I know the calendar's already congested.
One more pairs event where you can pick your own partner for anybody.
So this is what I'm going to propose. You say pick your own partner. What if we did, obviously, PDC 100? I think it'd be so much better if it was blind pairs.
Well, like a blind draw. Fair play.
So you
just let you open them.
Yeah. So you literally don't know who your teammate is going to be.
That's actually a fair point.
And imagine if you're paired with someone like, I don't know, Nick Kenny.
You could click.
Yeah.
Because when I mean there, you pick your own partner, but you're not like pick obviously your World Cup partner that way. Because that's a bit of a disadvantage whenever Gezi and Johnny, you look, me and Darryl, you know. But if you just a separate event, but you're not allowed to pick your World Cup partner.
Imagine like Josh Rock and Jimmy Van Schie.
I have to keep looking up.
A bit like Peter Crouch and Jermaine Defoe.
Yeah, pretty much.
You can hit every double as well. You can just work on the bottom side of the board, and you can just work on top.
First time I met Jimmy, I went, "Have you stopped growing?"
Yeah.
But I have to literally look up at him. You're like, wow. I know I'm not that tall, but I'm not that short. But Jesus, he's tall.
It's like Kangley as well, isn't it?
6'9", 6 foot.
Yeah. Hypothetical, right? Would you rather Rangers win 10 SPL titles in a row, or Man United win one more Premier League title in your lifetime?
Rangers won 10 in a row. Because we have our song 9 in a row, it needs to go to 10 in a row.
You got Man United tattoo there, don't you?
So Rangers tattoo as well.
Oh, God. Here we go. So say you live until, I'll give you 95.
Fair play.
Hold out just before the century. How old are you now, 24?
34.
So what's that?
71 years.
71 years.
You're welcome for the Maz.
Ah, thank you. I'd expect it, mate. 71 years of Manchester United not winning a Premier League title, and you're going for that.
I'm used to not winning here at the minute, so doesn't make a difference.
Let's keep it rolling, baby. Let's keep it rolling. Rocky, mate, appreciate it so much. Thank you.
No problem, thank you.